Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Little Frenchie in Big Texas. I am Anne, and in this video I would like to discuss with you the options on what to do when you go to the grocery store and you just cannot find what you need. We all seen the shelves getting empty over time, and whether you go to your local Walmart, Kroger, Dollar Tree, name your store, what do you do if you need milk and eggs and it's no longer on the shelves? So a few tips here that I want to share with you because it's happened here in the past before all this shortage we've got in the last few months. I live in Texas in the Gulf Coast, which is a hurricane area, and very often before a hurricane comes in, and the last example was Harvey a few years back, the grocery stores just get empty a few days before, and what is gone is usually water, milk, eggs, bread, the basics, pretty much what you need if you lose electricity, if you lose everything to survive for a week or maybe 10 days in your house. So what do? The first thing I would say, when you go to a grocery store and you do not find exactly what you want, try to find a substitute. And let me give you a few examples here. For instance, the milk is gone, which happened during Harvey. What do? I would say first, go to look for the non-refrigerated products. And a good example here is this, almond milk. And you've got other kinds, soy, you even have regular milk, chocolate milk, non-refrigerated. At the time, the regular milk was out of the refrigerated area, but you still had plenty of this. And that one has a longer shelf life. This is up, for instance, January 2022, and I probably bought that one 6 months ago. So probably, close to almost a year you can keep it. So a good thing to keep on the shelves, just in case, just make sure you rotate it. But that is an option. Another option is the instant milk. Something you should always have in hand. Probably just can it, put it in a jar, and just keep it for long term, just in case. So that also was still available at the time during Harvey. So think about substitute here. So this is for milk. Another example we all know is the famous toilet paper. So that one here, I would say to substitute, I would go for the baby wipes, but these can go pretty quickly too. So here, unfortunately, once you're out of all this toilet paper, paper towels, all the paper products, I would go the old-fashioned way, because unfortunately we no longer have bidet at home, but that would be the solution, having a bidet. So just go with the rag, soap and water. It's just as simple as this. Here, buy a pile of these very cheap white hand rugs you can get at the Dollar Tree actually, and just keep some for just in case you run out of toilet paper. If you got the money, I would suggest you go and look for these very fancy toilets that exist, that do everything. They do the bidet, almost nightclub with like night music and lights, very fancy ones. They have that a lot in Asia, and it's really cool because it flushes you out pretty much, but only if you got money to invest. Otherwise, I would go the old-fashioned way. Another thing that can run out is sugar here. So you all have the fake sugar, all the substitute for sugar. But another thing as well, if you're not allergic and you like it, is honey. So it comes at a price, definitely not the same as sugar, but that's a good substitute as well. So just a few ideas here on think about substitute product. Try to think outside of the box here. What could be available in other aisles in that grocery store to substitute the product you want? Second option is to go to another store which would not be the main brand, depending on where you live. So if you're in a rural area and there's only one Walmart, that's it. But for those of you who live in larger suburban areas, you might find some ethnic stores that carry different products or do not get empty as quickly as the main brands. So think about the Asian market, the Asian store, or here we got some Mexican grocery stores. Just before Harvey, they were not out of water, while all the others were. So it's a good place to go as well. Another example is if you're running out, like it's the case here, of fresh produce at your local stores, think about the farmers market. Do you have a farmers market in your area? If so, go and you're gonna find fresh produce, you're gonna find honey, probably some homemade breads, a lot of homemade products. So it will come at a cost as well. It's probably gonna be more expensive than what you buy at the store, but also a much higher quality, much better products. Something to investigate, where is your local farmers market? And once you find a good farmers market, try to make contacts with your local farmers to see where they are. Maybe you could go direct without going to the market. Try to see what can be done. And they probably have eggs as well, and maybe some fresh chicken meat. So something to think about here. And last but not least, and I've seen that in a lot of the comments on my empty shelf video, is to grow your own food. And I know what you're gonna say, not all of us are on a homestead, having a land and a garden and so on. But even in a smaller suburban home, you still have a bit of a land garden where you can start growing. And you can stack pots, even on a balcony, you can stack pots. So it's not gonna be enough to feed the whole family, agreed, but it's a start. So something to think about. And the same for the meat. So yes, a lot of us in HOAs cannot have chickens, for instance, but have you thought about the quails? These are small birds that are technically not chickens, and you can keep in a cage. So if you got a garage, you could technically raise quails, and they grow very quickly. In 4 weeks, they have grown. 2 months, they're fully grown birds, ready to eat, to be eaten. So it's really something to think about if you want to be a bit more self-sufficient, even so you're not on a homestead with a big land in the country. There might still be things you can do even in a suburban area. So I hope you find this useful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And if you have any idea to share with others, please put in the comments below. I learned so much from reading your comments, a lot of good suggestions, so please share with others. Greatly appreciated. Thank you all for watching.